I'm on my phone too much, huh? Anybody else get caught in this infinite scroll, this social media, this dopamine scroll? You know what happens? Every day I wake up and I go, I'm not going to look at my phone. I got 4 kids. I have bills. I'm not doing this. I'm not going to get caught on social media. But they get you with an image. They capture you. And like, I'll just see an image of like a woman in a bikini on a skateboard. No, but I have to make sure she's safe. Right? And then an hour later, you're like, I can't stop, you know? This is what happens. The problem is it gives you desires you shouldn't have, and it makes you feel like you're missing out on life, which is ridiculous. Look what I get to do. And I'm on the other day, I'm scrolling, and a dude does a perfect backflip off a yacht and just disappears into the azure waters of the Mediterranean. And the girls on the yacht are like, woohoo, you know? And I was like, my life sucks. Right? Now, then what happens? Then I get to another reel where a dude, he's a cowboy, a real one. You guys know this. Most of you probably own horses here. And dude, he's a horseman. He's on a horse, a real cowboy, hat, buckle, rope. He wrangles cattle. That's his job. Dungarees, like, right? Like, this is a man who comes home and he smells like steer, you know, like, and rawhide. His wife is probably traditional in a prairie dress. She's like, I baked you a pie, you know, right? Listen, you know how much we owe to cowboys? You guys eat your steaks. You never think about what it takes. Do you know how unruly cows are? Do you know that cows are like, I'm free, and one of them breaks off? You need somebody to be like, hey, get the fuck out. You know, you have to... A cowboy is nothing less than a man who specializes in crushing, really, any semblance of individuality a cow may have. Right? Remind them that they're a herd animal and stay in your fucking formation. That's not even the point I'm making. So I see this dude on a horse. Now, I have a lot of horse fantasies, and I'm not going to go into that. I'm not. It's a stupid thing. I don't want to go into. I don't have time. But the dude's on a horse, and he's no saddle, just bareback. Bro, that's a horseman. You want to talk about being connected to a horse? That's not a guy who can ride a horse. That's a guy who will break a horse. That's the kind of guy who can be like, and his horse shows up. Right? Right? I mean, dude, what a man. You guys know, you know. Here's what got me. I watched this 5 times. He's not moving a muscle. He's on the horse, okay? It's just him and the wranglers. And I don't know what he did. Bro, nothing moved on his body. Nothing. But whatever he did, that horse from a dead stone still stopped, took off full speed. That guy sent a signal from his root chakra through his taint into the beast's back. And that signal was, go now. And... dude, the horse was like, yes, master, and took off running. He wasn't even using the reins. He was just riding. Just controlling everything. To control 1,200 pounds of bone and muscle with naught but the golden crescent that is your inner thighs and taint. Like, dude, what an expression of masculinity. Like, if I caught that guy in bed with my wife, I would be like, I apologize. Like... So I go from acrobat to cowboy, and now I follow a guy. I come across his reels. He's a sensual chef. There's no other way to put it. He's a sensual chef. He wears naught but an apron. An apron, jacked. He's got, first of all, his skin, his marble brown skin that sweats olive oil naturally. Dude, I don't know how to describe his body. If it was a landscape, it would be unsafe to traverse in a regular car. You need special shocks. Even then, you'd be like, this is crazy, dude, you know? Just got goose. His body was demoralizing. Like, I was going to work out that day, and I was like, there's no point. Like, right? Like, why go to the gym? I'm an imposter. Nothing's going to grow. I'm not going to look like that. You know, if you can't afford a Ferrari, putting a fin on the back of your Honda Accord. So watch this. So now I'm already in, And the dude, he's a chef, so he just looks at me through these Mediterranean curls and just goes, let's make a sandwich. And I was like, okay. You know. And he pulls out a piece of raw meat. We were having a meat sandwich, obviously, and of course, this guy takes his protein very seriously. And there was no marbling. This was not a domesticated animal. This was lean. This was something wild he probably slew with his own hands. And he threw it to, he just, the way he thwacked it to the counter, it was such force, it tenderized the meat. He then looks at me and goes, let's spice things up. I didn't know what he meant until he began to grab handfuls of spices from cloth sacks, just recklessly. He wasn't even measuring. Just grabbing and dashing the spices, just dashing them, covering the meat in every color powder you can imagine. Aleppo pepper and cardamom and smoked paprika. Who the fuck smokes paprika? Dude, he was chopping vegetables with a machine-like speed and precision. His forearms, I swear to God, looked pregnant. Like the kind of forearms, just the vascularity, they looked like a cluster of angry horse dicks. Like just, bop. So then he pulls out a loaf of bread. I can't believe the guy eats bread. And I don't know what kind. It was a rustic varietal. Probably a French bouillie. And he squeezed it at the camera. He just squeezed it. It gave way under his heavy fingers with a moaning crunch. This was the most outrageous part. He takes a naked hand, and goes wrist deep into a vat of raw honey. A vat. Who has a vat? This guy. And just comes up with a wasteful amount. I mean, a wasteful. His whole hand was covered in amber gunk, and I was like, what are you going to do with that? And he didn't answer. He just began to rub it. I know, some of it made it to the meat. Dude. And anyway, the sandwich came together. I can't remember how, it's a blur, but he took the kind of bite your mother would scold you for. Just the choking hazard alone. And the juices, Jackson Pollocked his chest and apron. And my wife came in and she was like, why are you making that face? And I was like, because I'm hungry and probably gay. Several days later, I purchased an apron. I know, I wanted to make my wife that sandwich, my younger wife. I put it on, I began to make the same sandwich in earnest. She came into the room and told me I looked like I should be washing dishes in prison. I know, my daughter screamed gross and ran from the room. So the point is, I spent too much time on my phone. You know what I mean? You know what I mean? Like to just go from, at 57, to go from wanting to be an acrobat to a cowboy to a gay man, you know? I said, the problem is that social media has a lot of useful information. It just does, you know, especially when you want to be healthy. You got all these PhDs with gorilla necks who can deadlift 500 pounds, you know, like my doctor has abs. It's crazy, right? Just traps, and they've got all the secrets, all of it. There's so much information though, just to try to live forever. Good luck. You gotta just narrow it down, man. I'm not a health crank. Like you gotta get sunlight, get sunshine, direct sunshine, at least 20 minutes on your genitals. Like just, right? Just don't go crazy, but if you have a pale vagina or penis, you're not healthy. We know that. We know that, right?